Welcome to Laurel Smith, 7500 South Shore Drive, apartment 416, zip 60649. This is my geometric pyramid discovery to Mars Cydonian land surface. My aerial viewed Cydonian pyramids geometry is unlocked by an ancient Egyptian sphinx, 8-sided mosque orbital perimeter of the Earth-Mars astronomy. What I've unlocked is the 5 Cydonian pyramids generate a 51-degree triangle within this triangle caused by the extensions of the potents of the first 2 Cydonian pyramids, extending the potents extended towards the 2 pentagons towards the baseline, creates a 51-degree triangle. So extending the potents from the first of the 5 Cydonian pyramids towards this huge pentagon on the Martian land surface, we see a 51-degree triangle. Of the remaining 4 pyramid potents, we have, when we extend them towards this triangle, when they breach the outer perimeter of this triangle of 51 degrees, we see a 32 and 45 degree air shaft. The exact air shaft of the King's Chamber back here on planet Earth in the Pyramid of Khufu. So the remaining pyramid of potents of the 5 pyramids within this 51-degree triangle creates a 39 and 39 degree air shaft line as they breach the outer perimeter of this 51-degree triangle. Now 39 times 39 equals Mars' exact astronomical unit of 1.52 million miles to the sun. So we see Mars' sun distance calculated by and generated by the Queen's Chamber geometry as generated from the 5 Cydonian pyramids. So now the overall geometry is that of an 8-sided mosque. Okay, the mosque is like the Dome of the Rock in the Bible. So here we have a biblical 8-sided mosque. Now this mosque is generating a perimeter that supports phi and pi mathematical computations. So here we have that 1, 2, 3 repetitiveness in pi, this numeric digital sequence of 1, 2, 3. Now we have 3, 5, 6 in numerics and astronomical calculations of distances across space. This 3, 5, 6 relationship in to the pyramids and Pentagon also is connected with phi, P-H-I. Now, if we have the pi relationship of the Giza pyramids, it becomes clear once you look at the aerial viewed Giza pyramids within this 8-sided mosque globe Earth geometry. I'm putting these images on the DVD. So what I've ultimately uncovered is an ancient Martian civilization of elongated headed biological life forms. Now you see the extraterrestrials that crashed in 1947 in Roswell, New Mexico. You had some with 3 fingers and a thumb, some with 4 fingers and a thumb, and some with 5 fingers and a thumb. The 5 finger and the thumbs, one thumb extraterrestrials, they do not have elongated heads, such as portrayed back in the ancient wall art and carvings of King Tut and Queen Nefertiti and Akhenaten, Pharaoh Akhenaten. These elongated headed humans on Earth must be connected to the elongated faces in which I discovered on the Mars Cydonian land surface. So the satellite image of these pyramids also reveals mountain-sized faces. But what should concern most pyramidologists in archaeology is the elongated headed Egyptians and finding elongated headed beings on the fourth planet next to pyramids. That proves that the Mach Molar 19 my Mach Molar satellite images of Mars Cydonian pyramid regions reveal the 41.2 degrees north stone face on Mars Hermetic features. By bisometrically viewing this 41.2 degrees north stone face on Mars from the original Mach Molar satellite images, we see an Hermetic face with zygomatic bone structures of the Ethiopian race. So here we have, I refer to this Mach Molar Sphinx as 9292. So once we look at the Giza pyramids being generated on the fourth planet from Mars' 5 pyramid extended apotums toward this huge pentagon that generates a 51-degree triangle with all 4 air shafts as seen back here on planet Earth in the pyramid of Khufu. This sheds new light on Genesis 49 chapter 8 verse, couching line in the tribe of Judah, who couched down in the front of the second pyramid to rule his 10 Israeli brothers or tribes. This reveals the children of Israel in ancient Egypt, and it also reveals the children of the alien Yahweh that landed upon Mount Sinai. When I compared the elongated headed alien carvings in Germany, the 5 million year old rock carving, it has an elongated headed being with an Angora gorilla emerging from its cranium. This discovery, however, reveals that the gorilla existed in the ancient jungles. Another word for a Garden of Eden is jungle, because fruits, vegetables, flowers grow in the jungle, and fruits, vegetables, flowers, and trees grow in the ancient Garden of Eden in the Bible. So the first gorillas had this cone-shaped head. I also refer back to the Angora gorilla. So this Angora gorilla type of being already had the elongated type of head structure as seen in these the 1947 Roswell alien. I call him Tuju. He had 3 fingers and a thumb, the one that crashed in 1947 Roswell, New Mexico. So the good aliens seem to have elongated heads and 3 fingers and a thumb. The bad aliens seem to be gray-skinned and have 6 fingers or 5 fingers and a thumb. That brings us back to that Revelation 9:11. The kingdoms of the beast as Apollyon, or a Greek extraterrestrial with 6 fingers and a thumb. I'm putting that on a DVD as well. However, this discovery unlocks the Egyptian Sphinx on the 4th planet, or that visited the 4th planet, in a pentagonal trajectory, where I see I'm using a spiral-based cylinder of the golden means, or spiral, where I find this rum line, I call it 3D rum line, reveals a pentagonal trajectory on a Mercator projected sphere. But now I had to first break down that cylindrical equatorial Mars and Earth Cydonian pyramid geometry. So what I just simply did was uh, use a cylindrical wraparound means of viewing or showing the golden spiral or to the golden section. Okay, so I'm using phi and pi in geometry. Now it is sounding kind of mathematical at this point, but once you see the simplicity in which an eight-sided mosque enclosure of our globe Earth, how the eight-sided mosque reveals with simplicity the rum lines and their actual pyramid purpose in relationship to the Grand Gallery. How from the equatorial point of view, we have converging meridian lines toward the Arctic and Antarctic polar regions of our ball-shaped Earth. These meridian lines, okay, are viewed in this eight-sided pyramid geometry, in which the pyramids on Mars and the Giza pyramids are all based upon. So phi and pi conforms to the eight-sided mosque geometry of the enclosed Earth within an eight-sided mosque structure. I was able to apply it to a cubed Earth-Mars orbital trajectory that reveals a rectangular King's chamber. Now this King's chamber is viewed here in the second pyramid in North Africa of Khufu. Okay, this rectangular King's chamber structure, but this rectangular structure also reveals an orbital pyramid trajectory of the Cydonian geometry to the Earth orbit and the Giza pyramids. Now, finding Orion within this cubed eight-sided mosque geometry. So the Orion constellation is expressed in geometry, with the Pentagon on Mars entering an Earth orbit with Orion in the background. This is truly one of the greatest archaeological and theological discoveries concerning the Egyptian Sphinx and the pyramids on Mars, as well as Giza. So I originally connected the Mount Koran Dead Sea Scroll area, ancient rock carvings of an elongated alien, and I named him Alien 71. This alien carvings in the Dead Sea Scroll area mountain is carved next to an Egyptian Sphinx 33A. But this Egyptian Sphinx, when you look at the mountain and the rock carvings, there's a planetary images carved up on this mountainside, and you see Mars amongst these planets in the back of an oval-shaped UFO. But this is associated with the elongated-headed alien image. So when we look at the ancient Egyptians and see the elongated watermelon head of King Tut and Pharaoh Akhenaten, then we compare it to who actually landed upon Mount Sinai in the Old Testament in a wheel within a wheel, glowing circular spacecraft. They say this biological life form that landed upon Mount Sinai in the Old Testament in a glowing circular wheel within wheel type vehicle, he was the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I often wondered why only the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Why did not this extraterrestrial, okay, with this big watermelon head that landed upon Mount Sinai, why did he not say, I am the God of all humanity? That would have been simple. But this extraterrestrial, referred to as Yahweh in the Bible, said specifically, I am the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Now remember, the word God in the Old Testament was misused. Every place where you see the word God erased it and put the word Elohim, because the word Elohim, Elohim, means simply divine ones. So when it said, let us make man in our image, they were speaking of these elongated, alien-headed beings, the same beings we find carved upon Mars' Cydonian pyramid region, next to the Sphinx, the same ones we find upon the Mount Quran Dead Sea Scroll area, images of aliens with watermelon heads. I call them elongated heads. So, who was actually landing upon Mount Sinai? It was Yahweh, an elongated alien, okay, that has 3 fingers and a thumb. We have 4 fingers and a thumb. Yahweh created beings with 5 fingers and a thumb. That's, with 4 fingers and a thumb. That's us. So when we look back at ancient Egypt and the Sphinx facing east to the rising sun, we see elongated headed Egyptians carved upon the ancient wall and tombs of ancient Egypt. These elongated headed Egyptians, I'm putting those images on this DVD, such as King Tut, Pharaoh Akhenaten, and Queen Nefertiti. They all had long watermelon heads. That proves that they are the original holy seed of this alien that landed upon Mount Sinai. Now, why? Because they had the same watermelon heads as the extraterrestrials that crashed in 1947 in Roswell, New Mexico, and the same extraterrestrial that we find carved in Germany, a 5 million year old rock carving of an elongated headed alien with an Angora gorilla emerging from its cranium. So, we've successfully uncovered who it was that actually landed upon Mount Sinai. Okay? It was these elongated headed aliens, and Yahweh turns out to be just one of many of these alien type species with these long watermelon type heads. So these images I'm putting on this DVD explains the holy seed of this extraterrestrial that landed upon Mount Sinai in ancient Egypt. Now we understand why Akhenaten, who ruled in ancient Egypt, believed in one God and taught about the sun as the throne of Malachi 4th chapter 2nd verse, winged sun disk of 1 John 1:1, holy hydrogen light of creation, the light that lights every man that cometh into the world. So we see this sermon being preached in ancient hieroglyphics by Pharaoh Akhenaten, who believed in the one God in ancient Egypt, the only Pharaoh recorded in history as believing in Malachi 4th chapter 2nd verse, winged sun disk testimony of Jesus. So when we come full circle, we are connecting, we find a biblical connection to Genesis 49 chapter 8 verse, biblical couching line of the tribe of Judah.